The glass towers of Seoul gleamed in the morning light as Defense Minister Han looked out from his office window. Earth had changed in the 50 years since first contact. New buildings with alien designs stood next to old human ones. Ships from 20 different worlds moved through the sky lanes above. "Another beautiful day on the Deathworld," Han said with a small smile. His assistant, Dai, placed a tablet on his desk. "The treaty signing is in 3 hours, sir. Your daughter just called. Her shuttle from Proximad will be late, but she'll make it to the ceremony." Han nodded. His daughter Jisoo was Earth's top xenobiologist. She worked with aliens to show them that humans weren't the monsters they thought. Earth was called a death world because it was harder than most planets that grew life. Higher gravity, more diseases, worse weather, bigger predators. The aliens found it hard to believe humans came from such a place. "The Astrines are sending their whole diplomatic fleet for the signing," Dai said. 17 ships, the biggest showing they've ever sent to Earth. Han picked up a small stone figure from his desk, a gift from the Astrine High Commander last year. "They're finally starting to trust us." The treaty would open new star systems to human ships. After 50 years of careful talks, the aliens were beginning to accept that humans weren't going to rampage across the galaxy. In the military command center beneath the city, Commander Kim watched the screens showing the Astrine ships moving into Earth orbit. Something didn't feel right about the formation. "Why are they spreading out like that?" she asked her tactical officer. "They say it's a ceremonial pattern, ma'am, for the treaty signing." Kim frowned. "Run a deep scan on their weapon systems." "But ma'am, that would be seen as..." The alert system suddenly blared to life. Red lights flashed across the command center. Multiple energy spikes from all Astrine vessels. The sensor officer shouted, "They're powering weapons." Kim hit the emergency broadcast button. "All defense stations, this is not a drill. Raise planetary shields now." Han was halfway to the treaty hall when his security team received the alert. Their vehicle screeched to a halt and reversed direction. "What's happening?" Han demanded. His security chief's face went pale as he listened to his earpiece. "Sir, we're under attack. The Astrine ships have opened fire." Han's tablet lit up with emergency alerts. He opened the first one with shaking hands. A video feed showed the human colony on Mars. The domed cities that housed 15 million people vanished in flashes of light as Astrine ships fired from orbit. "Get me to command now," Han ordered. The next hour passed in a blur of horror. Reports flooded in from across human space. New Eden, Tau Ceti, Trappist, Proxima. All human colonies hit at the same time. In the command center, Han watched the screens in shock as billions of human lives were erased. Only Earth, with its powerful shield system, remained protected. "Jisoo," Han whispered, remembering his daughter was on Proxima B. He pulled up the last known location of her research station on the main display. The screen showed only a smoking crater where the facility had been. Commander Kim approached him, her face grim. "Minister, we've received a transmission from the Astrine High Command." The main screen changed to show an alien face, the same High Commander who had given Han the stone figure. "People of Earth," the alien said, "your expansion ends today. Your nature as Deathworlders makes you too dangerous to exist among civilized species. Your colonies have been cleansed. Now you have a choice. Surrender for supervised integration, or face extinction. You have 24 hours to decide." The screen went dark. Han stood very still, staring at where his daughter's research station had been. The stone figure from his office was still in his pocket. He took it out, looked at it for a moment, then crushed it in his hand. "Get me every military commander we have left," he said quietly. "The time for being civilized is over." The emergency bunker under Seoul was filled with the few leaders who had been on Earth when the attack came. Screens showed the planet's shield system holding, but power was already down to 80%. "How many survived?" Han asked, his voice hollow. Commander Kim pulled up the latest data. "Earth is safe for now. We have about 50,000 military personnel at the Luna base. There are also 3 deep space stations that weren't hit. Maybe 200,000 humans off-world survived total. Out of 12 billion, someone whispered. Han stared at the numbers. In one day, humanity had been reduced to Earth, and a handful of survivors. His hands wouldn't stop shaking. He kept seeing the crater where Jisu's research station had been. The room fell silent as a new message alert sounded. The Astrine High Commander's face appeared on the main screen again. People of Earth, your time to decide is nearly up. You must understand your position. We have destroyed all your colonies. Your species is limited to one planet now. Our fleet surrounds your world. Your shield will fail within days. The aliens' 4 eyes blinked in sequence, a sign of satisfaction in their species. If you surrender, we will allow most of your population to live under supervision. You will be relocated to controlled habitats where your Deathworld nature can be contained. If you resist, we will break your shield and burn your cities until all humans are extinct. You have 6 hours to send your answer. After the message ended, the room erupted in angry shouts. We can't trust them. They planned this attack while signing peace treaties. They'll kill us all no matter what we do. Han raised his hand, and the room gradually fell quiet. Commander Kim, tell us honestly, can we fight back? Kim stepped forward. Our main fleet was in orbit around Ta City for the governor's inauguration. They were destroyed in the first attack. We have 43 warships hidden in the Kuiper Belt that weren't on the official records, plus the Luna Defense Forces. And the Astrians. At least 300 ships around Earth now, thousands more in their territories. An older woman stood up. She was Director Park of Earth Intelligence. I have information you all need to hear, she said. We have been studying the Astrine Confederation for years. This attack was planned for a long time. She displayed images showing Astrine military buildup over the past decade. They have been afraid of us since first contact, not because of anything we did, but because of what we are. Park showed charts comparing Earth to standard alien worlds. Earth has 1.2 times standard gravity. We have more dangerous weather, more natural disasters, and more deadly animals than 98% of known life-bearing planets. She switched to images of human soldiers in training. The fact that we can run for hours, survive injuries that would kill most aliens, and live in environments they find deadly terrifies them. They call us Deathworlders. They see us as monsters waiting to spread across the galaxy. Han looked at the scared faces around him. So this was never about diplomacy. They were just waiting until they could strike. Yes, Park said. The treaty meeting was a trap to get our leaders and ships in known positions. Commander Kim stepped forward again. We just received a transmission from Admiral Du on Luna base. She says they have something that might help us fight back. What is it? Han asked. She wouldn't say over the comm, but she mentioned Project Nemesis. Director Park's face went pale. That was shut down years ago. It was deemed too dangerous. What is Project Nemesis? Han demanded. Weapons, Park whispered. Weapons designed specifically to exploit alien weaknesses. Weapons that would make the galaxy see us as the monsters they already think we are. Han looked at the countdown timer showing how long until the Astrines expected their answer. Get me a secure line to Admiral Du, he said. If they want to see Deathworlders, we'll show them what that really means. The Luna base was hidden deep under the moon's surface. It didn't exist in any official records. Admiral Du walked through the crowded halls as people rushed to prepare for war. How many ships do we have ready? She asked her second-in-command. 28 are combat-ready now. Another 15 need at least 2 days of work. Du nodded. Not enough to face the Astrine fleet head-on, but maybe enough for what she had in mind. She reached a secure door at the end of a long corridor. 2 guards stood outside. They checked her ID 3 times before letting her in. Inside sat a man at a desk covered with screens and parts. He was thin, with quick eyes that never stopped moving. His left arm was a metal replacement, an old punishment for his crimes. Suho, Du said, "It's time." The man looked up. "They finally let me out of my box. Must be bad. Worse than bad. Most of humanity is dead. Earth is surrounded." Suho's smile vanished. "My sister. She was on New Eden." Du shook her head. Suho closed his eyes for a moment. "So," he said when he opened them again, "they want the weapons I designed. The ones they called too cruel to use." "Yes." Minister Han is connecting now. A screen lit up showing Han's tired face. "Suho, I was told you have weapons that might help us." Suho laughed without humor. "I have weapons that will make you sick to your stomach, Minister. That's why you locked me up 5 years ago, remember? For designing inhumane weapons." "The situation has changed," Han said. "Yes, I heard. Billions dead, including my sister." Suho stood up. Project Nemesis had 3 parts. First, biological agents that target specific alien weaknesses. Second, gravity weapons that use Earth's higher gravity against them. Third, psychological warfare systems. How soon can they be ready? "The prototypes are here. I kept working even in prison. Give me 48 hours and your best engineers." Han nodded. "You have them." "And Suho, I'm sorry about your sister." After the call ended, Suho turned to Du. "Get me your best people. We have work to do." Thousands of light years away, on the smoking ruins of Proximub Colony, a small group of humans hid in a collapsed mining tunnel. "They're still in orbit," Ta said, checking the scanner he'd salvaged. He had been a security officer before the attack. Now he led the only survivors they'd found so far. Beside him, a young engineer named Yun worked on a broken communication device. "Almost got it," she whispered. "If I can get this working, maybe we can find other survivors." The group had escaped the main attack by being deep underground when it happened. 8 miners, 3 security officers, and 2 engineers. 13 humans on a world where millions had lived yesterday. "Got it," Yun said as the device lit up. Tai took it from her. "This is Security Officer Ta of Proximub Colony. Any human survivors, please respond. I repeat, any human survivors." Static answered him. He tried again and again. Finally, a voice broke through. "This is Research Station. Survivors here, under attack." Tai adjusted the signal. "This is Officer Ta. Who am I speaking with?" The voice came clearer. "This is Dr. Ji-Soo of the Xenobiology Research Station. We have 12 survivors here. The Estrenes are hunting for survivors on the surface." "Stay where you are," Ta said. "We'll come to you. How are you still alive? I thought all the research stations were hit first." "We were in the deep bunker running tests," Ji-Soo said. "But that's not important now. I have critical information about the Estrenes, their biology, their weaknesses. If we can get this data to Earth, it might help." Ta looked at his small group. "We'll need weapons, transportation." "The emergency shuttle bay at the North Mining Complex," one of the miners suggested. "It's underground. Might still be intact." Ta nodded. "We'll get you and your data, Doctor. Then we're going to make these aliens regret ever attacking humans." He turned to the others. "Get ready to move. The hunt begins now." Ji-Soo woke up in a bright white room. Her head hurt. The last thing she remembered was running with Ta's group toward the emergency shuttles when the Estrene soldiers found them. She tried to sit up and found her arms and legs were strapped to a table. The gravity felt wrong, too light. "The subject is awake," said a voice. Ji-Soo turned her head. An Estrene stood nearby. He was tall and thin with 4 eyes and blue-gray skin. He wore a protective suit. "I am sorry, Chief Science Officer," the alien said. "You are Dr. Ji-Soo, the human xenobiologist." "Where are the others?" Ji-Soo asked. "The other humans who were with you are in holding cells. You are more valuable for study." Zori moved closer, but still kept his distance. You are the first living human Deathworlder I have examined up close. Jisoo felt anger rise in her chest. Is that what this is about? You killed billions because you are afraid of where we evolved. It is not fear. It is logical prevention. Your species developed on a world that should not support intelligent life. The gravity, the diseases, the predators, all should have prevented your evolution. Instead, it created something unnatural. Zori tapped a screen, and a medical scan of Jisoo appeared. Your bones are too dense, your muscles too strong, your immune system too aggressive. You can survive radiation levels that would kill most species. You heal too quickly. Jisoo laughed, which seemed to surprise the alien. That's why you killed billions. Because we're tough. No, Zori said. We acted because of what you would become. All species expand. Yours would eventually spread across the galaxy. Deathworlders who can survive almost anywhere would take all habitable worlds. The Confederation decided that could not be allowed. A door opened and another Estrine entered. This one wore a military uniform. Commander Vos, Zori said. The subject is cooperating. Has it revealed the location of Earth's hidden bases? Vos asked. We have not begun that questioning yet. Vos moved toward Jisoo. Human, your species has 6 hours left to surrender. Tell us what defenses remain, and your death will be quick. Jisoo said nothing. Vos pressed a device against her arm. Pain shot through Jisoo's body. She gritted her teeth but didn't make a sound. Interesting, Zori said, watching his monitors. Its pain threshold is remarkably high. Vos increased the setting. Jisoo's body shook with the pain, but she still didn't scream. Enough, Zori said after a minute. The subject's vital signs are concerning. Vos stepped back. All humans are this stubborn. It's why they must be eliminated. After Vos left, Zori examined Jisoo's readings. Your body is already adapting to the pain device, he said, sounding surprised. How is that possible? Jisoo took a deep breath. That's what you don't understand about Deathworlders. Zori, we don't just have strong bodies. We adapt. We endure. We survive. It makes no logical sense. Zori said. No species willingly endures such pain. Humans evolved on a world that tried to kill us every day. Pain is just information to us, something to overcome. Zori studied her. The Confederation believes humans are dangerous because of your physical capabilities. But that's not it, is it? Jisoo smiled through her pain. No. What makes us dangerous is that we never, ever give up. And now you've given us a reason to show you exactly what Deathworlders can do when we stop being civilized. Zori stepped back, his 4 eyes blinking rapidly. For the first time, Jisoo thought she saw real fear in an Estrine's face. Admiral Du stood on the bridge of the warship Thunder. Around her, crew members worked at their stations. The ship hummed with energy as the new weapon systems came online. All ships report ready, her communications officer said. Du looked at the tactical display. Her small fleet of 43 ships had left Luna Base under cover of a sensor blackout. Now they waited in the dark space beyond Neptune, hidden from Estrine scanners. Is everyone linked to the emotion amplifiers? Du asked. Yes, Admiral. All crews are connected. Suho had explained how the system worked. The emotion amplifiers took the crew's feelings, their anger, fear, and determination, and channeled that energy into the ship's weapons. The stronger the emotions, the more powerful the weapons became. Open the channel to all ships, Du ordered. When the channel was open, she spoke. This is Admiral Du. Today we strike back. The Estrines thought they could wipe us out because we come from a harsh world. They called us Deathworlders and thought it was an insult. Today, we show them what that really means. She paused, letting her own anger rise. Each of us has lost family and friends. Remember them. Feel your rage. Let it flow through you and into your ships. Today we avenge Earth's colonies. Du nodded to her tactical officer. Begin the attack. On an Estrine outpost near Saturn, the alien commander was bored. His ships guarded a communications relay that kept the blockade around Earth connected. Nothing ever happened here. Sir, sensors detect something strange, his officer reported. Energy readings coming from. The officer never finished his sentence. The human ships appeared suddenly, dropping out of faster-than-light travel right next to the outpost. Their weapons glowed with an unnatural red light. Raise shields, the commander shouted. The human ships fired. The beams cut through the Estrine shields like they weren't even there. 3 Estrine ships exploded before they could fire back. How is this possible? The commander cried as his outpost shook from direct hits. On the Thunder, Suho watched the battle from his station. The weapons were working even better than he had hoped. The crew's emotions made them far more powerful than his tests had shown. Target their secondary relay, he told Du. Their communication network will fall apart without it. Du gave the order. The Thunder's main weapon charged, glowing with energy drawn from the crew's collective rage. When it fired, the beam was almost black with power. The Estrine relay station didn't just break apart. It seemed to dissolve under the weapon's energy. All Estrine ships destroyed. Admiral, the tactical officer reported. No survivors. Good, Du said. Next target. In the Estrine command ship orbiting Earth, panic was spreading. High Commander Leth watched in disbelief as reports came in of outposts being destroyed. Impossible, Leth said. The humans only have one planet left. Their fleet was destroyed. Sir, we've lost contact with 6 outposts, his officer reported. The last transmission from the Saturn relay showed human ships using weapons we've never seen before. How many ships? Initial count suggests around 40. Leth calmed himself. 40 ships against our 300. Send the 6th Fleet to crush them. Yes, sir. Back on the Thunder, Suho received a transmission from Earth. We've gotten their attention, he told Du. They're sending a fleet to find us. Du smiled. Good, that's exactly what we wanted. Tell Minister Han that Phase 1 is complete. Their communication network is damaged. Now we begin Phase 2. Suho nodded and sent the message. Then he checked his other screen, the one showing data from tests on Estrine biology. Time to see how the aliens handle a taste of what life on Earth is like, he said to himself. They wanted to see Deathworlders. Let's show them what that means. Minister Han sat at the head of a long table in Earth's emergency command center. The room was tense. Reports of Admiral Du's successful attacks had given everyone a small spark of hope. Phase 1 worked better than expected, Commander Kim said. The Estrines have pulled 20% of their ships away from Earth to hunt for our fleet. Han nodded. And Phase 2. Ready to begin, Kim replied. Suho has prepared the bioweapons based on our knowledge of Estrine physiology. We can deploy them as soon as you give the order. A young officer named Min stood up. Minister, I must object. These bioweapons won't just target military installations. They will affect all Estrines in the target areas, civilians included. Han looked at Min. The Estrines didn't seem concerned about our civilians when they wiped out our colonies. That doesn't mean we should do the same, Min argued. We've always been better than that. It's why we formed the Earth Alliance in the first place, to show the galaxy that humans can be civilized despite coming from a harsh world. The room fell silent. Han thought about Jisoo, who had always believed the same thing, who had worked to build bridges between species, who was now presumed dead with billions of others. What do you suggest instead, Officer Min? Han asked quietly. Target their military only. Disable their ships, their bases. Show them we can fight back without becoming monsters. Director Park shook her head. That strategy would take too long. The Estrines still outnumber us 100 to 1. They've already begun preparing planet killer weapons to use on Earth if we don't surrender. She pulled up images on the main screen showing massive Estrine ships under construction. Our intelligence says these will be ready in less than a month. They can crack Earth's shield and destroy all life on the surface. Min looked pale but stood his ground. There must be another way. Han stood up slowly. The weight of the past days showed in his face. I've spent my career trying to prove to the galaxy that humans are more than just Deathworlders, that we can be peaceful despite our nature. His voice grew harder. And how did the galaxy repay us? With genocide. He walked to the window and looked out at Seoul. The city still functioned, but people lived in fear, knowing the shield above might fail at any moment. The Estrians and their allies made a choice, Han continued. They decided that our very existence was too dangerous to allow. They didn't attack because of anything we did. They attacked because of what we are. He turned back to face the room. We didn't choose this war. But I will choose how it ends. If being civilized means allowing humanity to be exterminated, then perhaps civilization isn't worth saving. Min shook his head. If we use these weapons, we proved them right about us. No, Han said firmly. They were wrong about us. We weren't dangerous before. We wanted peace. They've made us dangerous by leaving us no choice. He looked around the room. I want everyone to understand what we're about to do. Phase 2 will release engineered Earth bacteria into Estrine worlds. These bacteria are harmless to us, but deadly to them. Many Estrines will die, including civilians. The room was silent. If anyone cannot be part of this, leave now. I won't hold it against you. No one moved. Han nodded. Commander Kim, send the order to Admiral Du. Begin Phase 2, and start the evacuation of surface cities to the underground shelters. We need to prepare for their response. Min lowered his head but remained in his seat. As people left to carry out their orders, Han stayed behind, staring at the family photo on his desk. Jisoo smiled back at him from happier times. I'm sorry, he whispered to her image. I hope you never see what we've become. Jisoo worked quietly in the lab where Sori kept her. The Estrine scientist had grown to trust her enough to allow her to help with basic tasks. He didn't know she was gathering information all the time. For 2 weeks, she had studied Estrine biology, their ship systems, and their weaknesses. She memorized security codes that Sori entered. She watched which doors led where. Your species is fascinating, Sori said as he entered the lab. Your cellular structure can adapt to radiation levels that would kill most life forms. Jisoo nodded. She had learned that showing anger only made Sori more cautious. Acting cooperative gave her more freedom. How is the war going? She asked casually. Sori's 4 eyes blinked rapidly, a sign of stress she had learned to recognize. Not as expected, he admitted. Human ships have attacked several outposts using weapons we've never seen before, and there are reports of some kind of illness spreading on 2 of our border worlds. Jisoo hid her smile. Earth was fighting back. Human, I must attend a meeting, Sori said. Continue the cellular analysis while I'm gone. As soon as Sori left, Jisoo moved quickly. She had discovered something 3 days ago that changed everything. The Estrine ship had a small communication device that could send a tight beam message that might reach human ships, if any were nearby. She had almost finished building a transmitter from parts she had stolen from the lab. Today she would try to send a message. Tai led his small group through the ruins of the Proxima colony. They had avoided Estrine patrols for weeks, gathering weapons and supplies from destroyed buildings. The shuttle is still working, Yun said as they reached their hidden base in an old mining tunnel. But we need a better plan than just trying to fly away. They'd shoot us down immediately. Ta nodded. He had been thinking about this problem for days. A light flashed on their salvaged communication device. We're receiving something, Yun said in surprise. It's a tight beam transmission. Tai rushed over. The message was short. Jisoo alive. On a Estrine command ship. Have vital information. Need extraction. It's really her, Ta said. The scientist from the research station. She's alive. Yun looked doubtful. How do we extract someone from the main Astrine ship? It's impossible. Ta thought for a moment. Not impossible. Just very, very difficult. And it might be our chance to really hurt them. On the Thunder, Suho received a transmission that made him freeze. Admiral, he called to Do. You need to see this. Do read the message and her eyes widened. Jisoo is alive. Minister Han's daughter. Suho nodded. And she's on the Astrine command ship, with information about their weaknesses. We need to get her out, Du said. But how? We can't attack their main fleet directly. Suho's face hardened. I have an idea. It's risky, but it might work. And if it does, we can do more than just rescue one person. We can take the war right to their heart. 3 days later, an Astrine supply ship approached the command fleet orbiting Earth. It passed all security checks and docked normally. The crew, all Astrines, began unloading supplies. No one noticed that these Astrines moved slightly differently. No one realized that under their environmental suits, they were humans. Tad led the disguised team through the ship. They had captured the supply vessel during one of its routine runs. Suho had provided a biological mask that made them appear and even smell like Astrines to scanners. According to the ship layout Jisoo sent, the labs are on level 3. Ta whispered through his mask. The team split up. Half went to place special devices in key locations around the ship. The other half, led by Tai, headed for the labs. When they reached the right door, Tai entered the code Jisoo had sent. The door slid open. Inside, Jisoo looked up in surprise, then quickly hid her reaction when she saw the Astrian suits. It's me, Todd, he whispered. We're getting you out of here. Not yet, Jisoo said. I need to get something first, and I need to make sure Sori comes with us. The Astrian scientist. Why? Jisoo's eyes were determined. Because he's changed. He's seen what his people did was wrong. And he has information that could help us end this war. High Commander Leth paced the bridge of his ship. Bad news came from everywhere. Human ships had destroyed more outposts. Strange illnesses spread on 3 Astrine worlds. Now reports said the homeworld itself was under attack. How did they reach our homeworld? Leth demanded. It's protected by our largest fleet. Unknown, sir, his officer replied. But the human ships appeared suddenly at multiple points. They're using weapons we've never seen before. Leth made a decision. Send the recall order. All ships return to protect the homeworld. But sir, what about Earth? Leave only enough ships to maintain the blockade. Earth isn't going anywhere. On the Thunder, Admiral Du received the news with a grim smile. It worked, she told Suho. They've taken the bait. Most of their fleet is leaving Earth to defend their homeworld. Suho nodded, and they don't realize it's just the beginning. The door opened and Minister Han entered the bridge. He had come from Earth on a fast shuttle once the blockade weakened. Is it true? He asked. My daughter is alive. Yes, Du said. Ta's team got her out, along with an Astrian scientist named Sori who defected. They'll be here soon. Han could barely contain his emotions. And the plan? Working perfectly, Suho said. The Astrines are gathering their fleet at their homeworld, exactly as we hoped. Now we can destroy them all at once. Jisoo sat beside Sori on the small shuttle heading for the Thunder. The Astrine looked uncomfortable in the higher gravity humans preferred. They'll never trust me, Sori said. They will when they see what you've brought, Jisoo replied. She held up a data device, the complete schematics of Astrine ships, their shield frequencies, and their homeworld's defense system. Tae, piloting the shuttle, called back to them. We're approaching the Thunder. They're expecting us. When they landed, Jisoo was surprised to see her father waiting. Han rushed forward and embraced her tightly. I thought you were dead, he whispered. I nearly was, Jisoo said. She stepped back and gestured to Xori. This is Scori. He helped me escape. Han looked at the Astrine with cold eyes. Why would an Astrine help humans? Xori's 4 eyes blinked in sequence. Because I was wrong. We were all wrong. I studied your daughter and learned that humans aren't monsters. You're adaptable. You could have taught us so much. Han didn't seem convinced, but Jisoo placed the data device in his hand. This is what matters now. With this, we can end the war. 2 days later, the human fleet gathered at a jump point near the Astrine homeworld. Every ship was armed with Suho's weapons, now improved using Xori's information. On the Thunder's Bridge, Admiral Du addressed her fleet. The Astrines thought they could wipe us out because we evolved on a harsh world. They called us Deathworlders and thought we would be easy to kill. Today we show them what Deathworlders can really do. Suho checked his systems one last time. The plan was simple but dangerous. First, they would disable the Astrine planetary shields using the exact frequencies Xori had provided. Then they would deploy the final phase of Project Nemesis. All ships report ready, the communications officer said. Du nodded. Begin the attack. The human ships jumped into the Astrine system all at once. They appeared in the middle of the Astrine fleet, weapons already firing. On the Astrine flagship, High Commander Leth watched in horror as human ships tore through his fleet's formations. How are they doing this? He demanded. Their weapons are cutting through our shields like they're not even there. Sir, they're targeting specific frequencies. An officer shouted. They know exactly where our shields are weakest. Then a new alarm sounded. Sir, the planetary shield is failing. They've hit the main generators. Leth stared at the view screen as human ships moved into position around his homeworld. He finally understood the terrible mistake his people had made. We should never have attacked the Deathworlders, he whispered. 1 month after the battle at the Astrine homeworld, Minister Han stood at the window of the newly rebuilt government building in Seoul. The city had changed. People moved with purpose now, rebuilding with a determination that hadn't existed before the war. Han turned as Commander Kim entered the room. The final reports from Admiral Du, Kim said, handing him a tablet. The Astrine Confederation has officially surrendered. Their remaining worlds have accepted our terms. Han nodded. And the other alien nations. They've all signed the new treaties. None want to face what happened to the Astrines. Han looked at the tablet. The human response had been swift and terrible. The Astrines had lost their homeworld, not to destruction, but to occupation. Earth bacteria, carefully engineered by Suho using Jisoo's research, had made the planet uninhabitable for Astrines without special treatments that only humans could provide. How many Astrines died? Han asked quietly. Millions, Kim admitted. But billions survived, more than they left of our colonies. Han closed his eyes briefly. The weight of those deaths still troubled him, even if they had been necessary. The door opened again, and Jisoo entered with Xori. The Astrine wore a special suit that protected him from Earth's environment, while providing the treatments he needed to survive. The rehabilitation programs are working, Jisoo reported. Most Astrines now understand why their leader's actions were wrong. Xori stepped forward. My people were taught that Deathworlders were mindless monsters. Now they see that humans could have destroyed us completely but chose not to. It's changing minds. Han wasn't fully convinced. And the next time someone decides humans are too dangerous to exist. That's why we need the Deathworld Directive, Jisoo said, to make sure this never happens again. Later that day, Han addressed the rebuilt Human Council. Representatives from Earth and the few surviving colonies filled the chamber. Today we vote on the future of humanity, Han began. The Deathworld Directive will define our place in the galaxy moving forward. Officer Min, now a senior advisor, stood up. Some of us believe we should continue to show mercy, to prove we're better than those who tried to destroy us. Han nodded. And others, like myself, believe we must never again appear weak. The galaxy must understand that attacking humans means extinction. The debate lasted hours. Finally, a compromise was reached. Han stood again to announce the decision. The Deathworld Directive is now law. Humanity will rebuild. We will reclaim our destroyed colonies. We will allow those aliens who accept our terms to continue existing. But any future aggression against humans will be met with total war. No mercy. No hesitation. The room was silent as everyone considered the implications. We didn't start this war, Han continued. We tried for 50 years to show the galaxy that humans could be peaceful despite evolving in a harsh world. That experiment failed. Now we embrace what we truly are, Deathworlders. Not because we want to be feared, but because fear may be the only thing that keeps humans safe. 6 months later, Suho stood with Admiral Du on the observation deck of the Thunder. Below them, humans were rebuilding the colony on Proxima. It's strange, Suho said. Before the war, I was imprisoned for creating weapons. Now I'm honored for the same work. Du nodded. The galaxy changed us. We had to adapt. Will we ever go back to who we were before? Trying to be peaceful. Du watched as new buildings rose from the ashes of the destroyed colony. No, she said finally, but we might find a new way forward. The aliens now understand what happens when Deathworlders stop being civilized. Perhaps that understanding will create a different kind of peace. Suho looked up at the stars. A peace built on fear. A peace built on respect, Du corrected. They tried to exterminate us because they didn't respect what we are. They'll never make that mistake again. Across the rebuilt colony, a new flag flew, Earth's symbol with a red border. The universal warning sign that all species now recognized. This planet belongs to Deathworlders. Enter at your own risk.